Welcome back, Truth Seeker. One of the big headlines yesterday was that the Tesla shareholders approved the vote to potentially make Elon Musk the world's first trillionaire. And this has been a buzzing headline for much of the year that this could happen. And he's going to have to hit 12 benchmarks to achieve the $1 trillion threshold. And he will have 12% of the Tesla shares. We're going to get to what a ritual this is, just like how it was a major ritual on January 7th, 2021, when he was declared the world's richest man for the first time ever, passing Jeff Bezos on Nikola Tesla's death anniversary. So, again, to see through the ritualism and the puppet show that is the supposed tech leaders, and this isn't just about Elon Musk, this involves Jeff Bezos, it involves Bill Gates, it involves Mark Zuckerberg. Again, you learn what we're talking about. You see that these people are puppets. They don't really run the companies that you're told they run. And what I've been saying for a long time is if you actually look into things, you're going to find out that these supposedly private companies are really the government. So when you're hearing all this stuff about democracy and communism and fascism, actually look into things. Fascism is the merger of government and corporation. Communism's not that much different. It's when the government controls industry. It's the same thing in America. It's just disguised. And then you get these puppets that supposedly lead these private industries. But if you look into where all the money comes from for these companies, it largely comes through government contracts. Pretty much every tech billionaire you know of is a billionaire because of all of the incredible government contracts the companies receive. And, when it comes to these tech billionaires, the most transparent one to see through is Mark Zuckerberg. Facebook launched February 4th, 2004. That is literally the same day that DARPA's LifeLog ended. And DARPA is the military, and it's their technology branch, and LifeLog was a very similar thing to Facebook. So what are the odds it would conclude on the same day Facebook would launch? Anyway, the thing we talk about is gematria. You got to learn gematria, the simple practice of coding numbers into words to see through the ritualism. Yesterday was 119 days after the birthday anniversary of Nikola Tesla. And supposedly yesterday, the Tesla shareholders voted to approve the pay package for Elon Musk that would make him the world's first trillionaire if he can just, again, hit 12 benchmarks, which we'll come back to. The 12 is important. But notice, Nikola Tesla equates to 119. All you do is you just take the alphabetic order and assign each letter a number. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z is 26. And don't forget what he did at the beginning of the year with his little salute in tribute to Werner von Braun, the man who wrote the book Project Mars, led by the Elon. If you missed what happened to me at the beginning of the year, I was doing very well. I finally found a platform where I could get views. My latest live stream had over 5,000 live viewers. And then days later, I was deleted all the way off the platform by Elon Musk, supposedly, the puppet. But yeah, if you missed my work at the beginning of the year on his salute, I identified that it was all about Werner von Braun, and then 2 weeks later, they announced somebody had died that same day, and lo and behold, it was Werner von Braun's wife. Again, these things aren't an accident. You learn this knowledge, you see through what's really going on. But yeah, 119 days after Nikola Tesla's birthday, this ritual with Elon Musk. And just for the record, Nikola Tesla also equals trillionaire. If you're new here, gematria, very simple. There are 4 base ciphers. The most simple one is the alphabetic order. A is 1 up to Z is 26. You also run the alphabetic order in reverse. Z is 1 back to A is 26. And then you run the alphabetic order both ways with numerology applied. Nikola Tesla, when you run the alphabetic order in reverse with numerology, is 70. Trillionaire, when you run the alphabetic order forwards with numerology, is 70. And just for the record, 70 is the 56th 70 is 56 in base 8 counting. I'm getting dyslexic. The number 56 is 70 in base 8 counting, which is important in computer programming. And this vote happened on the first of the last 56 days of the year. And just to go back in time, it was January 7th, 2021, that Elon Musk reportedly overtook Jeff Bezos as the world's richest man. And again, that was the 78th death anniversary of Nikola Tesla, who died January 7th, 43. Notice he was born in 56 as well. Now, the thing about 78 is if you add 1 through 12 together, it equates to 78. And Tesla also equates to 12. Tesla, the word, also 12. And I just want you to see how many mentions of 12 there were in the approved deal. So notice Tesla is 12 and 78, numbers that mathematically go together. Again, if you add 1 through 12 together, it's 78. 78 is the 12th triangular number. Musk is Tesla's largest shareholder, and because the pay package involves the granting of further shares, he could consolidate influence. The package would give him shares worth up to 12% of the company if Tesla's market capitalization rises to at least 8.5 trillion and it meets 12 operational milestones. Two 12s in one paragraph. 12% of the company if it meets 12 operational milestones. And of course, look at what age Elon Musk is. He's 54, Jesuit Order 54. If you're new to my work, I've shown that all of these big tech guys are Jesuit puppets. Again, it is the Jesuits that run this nation. They run big tech. They run your federal government. They run your nightly news. They run Hollywood. And they were warned about when the country was being founded in the time of their suppression. If you go back to my post from when Elon Musk surpassed Jeff Bezos, you can see the word right up there, Jesuit, right? Jesuit, 78. Let's just run down it here. So at the time, this is January 7th, 2021, Elon Musk's net worth was about 191 billion. This is in the time of Cooties 19, where a lot of the world's wealth was consolidated and a lot of small mom and pops were phased out. But 191 billion back on January 7th, 2021 made him number one. Just for the record, billionaires 191, like Society of Jesus. That's the formal title of the Jesuits. Society of Jesus, 56. And that same cipher, Jesuit Order 54. They're one and the same thing. Remember, John Carroll equals 54. He founded the first Jesuit university in the U.S. in 1789 at age 54, the year George Washington became the first recognized president, the year they moved the capital to the Jesuit stronghold, D.C. And for the record, Washington, D.C. equals 56 and 187 in the same ciphers as Society of Jesus. The news, when he became the billionaire, it was 172 days before his birthday. The Jesuit motto is In Merum Dei Gloriam. From Elon Musk's last birthday to the ritual at the time was 193 days, like Roman Catholic Church. Pretty much all the big tech companies have the 94 encoding as well. Jeff Bezos equals 94, founded Amazon in 94. That was Bill Gates' breakout year where he got married to Melinda on January 1st, 94. And then Kurt Cobain died 94 days later in Seattle, Washington's 94. And don't forget, Kurt Cobain also died 206 days before Bill Gates' birthday, because that's the 206 area code, Seattle. But yeah, a lot of big tech is up in Seattle, where one of the nation's remaining Jesuit universities are. There's 27 remaining Jesuit universities. At their peak, there were 54 in the U.S. Again, in Roddy Piper's They Live, Cable 54 is the enemy of the world. Poor Roddy Piper, he tweeted on the anniversary of the Jesuits being recognized by Rome that the movie was a documentary, only to die on July 31st, the anniversary of the Jesuit founder's death. But yeah, I mean, it's the same stuff over and over, just paying tribute to the actual Tesla with puppet Elon Musk. And they mentioned in the article that Bill Gates was worth 132 billion at the time. Catholic Church 132. The article also mentioned that Jeff Bezos was at 187 billion. I forgot to say that. Elon Musk 191 billion, Jeff Bezos 187 billion. Again, Society of Jesus 191, 187. When Cooties 19 was going on, where everything was 56 and every face of Cooties 19 was a Jesuit, look at this headline. Wall Street minted 56 new billionaires. Of course, Jeff Bezos turned 56 years old in 2020, the year of Cooties 19. Just nonstop mockery. Look at that. Even the NBC News article had the face of a 56-year-old Jeff Bezos. You know what I mean? When Larry Ellison supposedly passed Elon Musk earlier this year, just to remind you how that went down, very similar. He passed him momentarily. It was the Oracle CEO who said he wants the whole world covered in cameras and the AI keeping surveillance over everyone, only for Trump to give him a whole bunch of money. And both political parties are complicit in building the New World Order police surveillance state. And that's also why they need big tech to look private as it does their bidding for them, because it's not. But yeah, Elon Musk, 54, like Oracle, like Jesuit Order. From Musk's birthday to the day that Larry Ellison surpassed him was 74 days. Larry equals 74. Larry Ellison, 74. Got a lot of money from Trump, did Larry Ellison. Again, all these tech billionaires get a lot of federal money. Trump, 25. It was 25 days after Ellison's birthday. And you know what? This was the day the Charlie Kirk hoax happened. We've covered that many a times. Again, people get shot, they go in ambulances, not SUVs. Something I noticed, though, this happened on September 10th, right? Have you seen what the Tesla stock has done since September 10th? I got to look more into this. I just noticed it this morning. I hadn't been paying attention to Tesla, but their stock value has pretty much doubled this year. It was higher at one point, but it dipped way down and it's doubled from its low point. But notice, look how it skyrocketed starting on September 10th. Isn't that interesting? The day that Larry Ellison became the headline for passing Musk. It was very momentary because look at that. The stock just skyrocketed from that point. Very interesting. No doubt some major ritualism to that. We know 74 is a very special number to the cabal. So that day that it skyrocketed was 74 days after Musk's birthday. But I got to think more about how all these pieces fit together. Maybe you have the thought right now. It's early out here and I'm waking up. So just a reminder, Elon Musk is nothing but a puppet. That should be obvious every time he speaks. Doesn't come across as very intelligent or coherent, but is supposedly this mastermind. He's not, you guys. He's a character from a storybook by Warner von Braun. And you know what? While we're at it, why not just go back and recap what happened that day? The old salute that Musk did on Inauguration Day as Warner von Braun's wife died, but they saved that news for weeks later. Notice they saved that news for the 38th day of the year. D.C., the city on the 38th parallel. Death, murder, killing, R.I.P., all 38. Germany, 38 as well. But they reported that she died January 20th on February 7th. Again, that was the day of Elon Musk's salute. And let me go back to the actual salute so you can see the ritual with that. Again, this cost me my X platform where I was finally able to get views again. Again, YouTube's made sure that my channel just stays in a tiny little box. Nothing gets any views. But yeah, for the day of number 47, you get the Sig Hail. Please don't say, no, it was a Roman salute. The Roman salute is the Sig Hail. They're based in the same thing. Look at any skinheads. They're doing it the exact same way. Right-wing, Mein Kampf, fascism, Sig Hail. They're all 47. Again, Mars has a 47-year orbital cycle. Warner von Braun, the SS scientist, wrote the book Project Mars. The lead for the Project Mars was the Elon. But yeah, Warner von Braun had died 47 years and change earlier at the time of the salute ritual. And also, Mars does have the 25 years to complete one revolution around the sun. Think about this in 2025. Think about it. But notice it was the 207th day of Musk's age, like Warner von Braun equals 207. It's a lot like the 20th of July, the moon landing date. Warner von Braun was the lead scientist in the rocket that supposedly resulted in the moon landing. And notice the book Project Mars was translated to English in 1953. Elon Musk was still 53 years old at the time of this ritual. For years, there'd been rumors about Trump carrying around Mein Kampf. You You can see how Project Mars and Donald Trump go together. From Inauguration Day to Musk's upcoming birthday, 159 days. Again, Project Mars is the book where the character the Elon comes from. January 20th is the 201st day of the U.S.'s age when you measure from July 4th. Project Paperclip, Operation Paperclip. Yeah, it's Project Paperclip to bring over all the SS scientists. That started on July 20th, the 201st day of the year. That was 24 years to the day of the moon landing. N-A-Z-I, here, I don't have to calculate. N-A-Z-I-S, 24. 24 years. The election in 2024 that gave us the 2025 Inauguration Day. Just think about it. Just think about it. And if you didn't know, Small Mustache Man, that is the name on his birth certificate. And he did model the SS after the Jesuit order. And we just had the first Jesuit Pope. He was still alive at that time before he died on Rome's birthday. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, Pope Francis. His birth name equals 201. First Jesuit Pope, first to live in Suite 201. If you don't know about my work in the Jesuits in 201, their whole history is 201. Their founder's name's 201. Created 201 months after Martin Luther penned the 95 Theses. Goes with MLK being killed on the 95th day of the year and the nation's first gun control coming 201 days later, etc., etc. So yeah, an Inauguration Day, again, it can be written 20/1, and it is the 201st day of the nation's age. And remember, it wasn't always Inauguration Day. The capital wasn't always in D.C., the Jesuit stronghold. Inauguration Day wasn't always the 201st day of the year. These are all little Jesuit Kabbalistic rituals. Again, if you don't know the history of the Jesuits, they merged with the people that traditionally practiced Kabbalah back in the time of the Protestant Reformation, where Martin Luther targeted Catholicism and Judaism, said they weren't fit religions for decent society. And by the way, if you don't know about Elon Musk's birthday, it's actually an infamous day in SS history. Go figure. Go figure, the guy who would do the salute connected to this infamous day in SS history. Remember, this is the nation that brought over all the SS scientists. This is the nation where the Jesuits took it over a long time ago. The SS is modeled after the Jesuits. The point I'm making is the Jesuits run all these things, but they make them seem all separate and not connected. People aren't seeing the pieces of the puzzle and how they really all fit together. Unless they're watching this channel. Pretty much every other channel on the internet doesn't get it. And that's what needs to change. And YouTube doesn't want that to change, and that's why they put all the trash out in the algorithm, all the politically divisive crap, all the misinformation. That stuff's all spread while this is suppressed. So yeah, there's your puppet Elon Musk, who's not here for free speech. Case in point, even before I got deleted all the way on Twitter, I had to take down so many posts ever since he took over. I never had any censorship problems on Twitter until he took it over. And again, they're just here to promote the right-wing trash. It's not about free speech. And it's definitely not about getting exposed. Because, again, you expose these clowns, delete. And don't forget, the first time I got deleted, you guys, off YouTube, I mean, I'd been suspended a bunch on YouTube before I ever got deleted. But the first time I ever got deleted on YouTube, June 28th, 2017, Elon Musk's birthday, shortly after the Orange Goon took office, who said he wanted to get rid of all of his critics. And, of course, I'm critical of both political parties. I can't stand either. But hey, when the right-wingers are in there, it's always worse for America. And how you don't know that? It's only because your head's up your ass. Who was in power when 9/11 happened? That's right, the right-wingers. Who was in power when Cootie's 19 scam happened? The right-wingers. Who was in power when a lot of people got deleted off YouTube for the first time in 2017? The right-wingers. The right wing has always been more the police state, the military, the authoritarian, going to punish the poor people political party. That's who the right wing's always been. And yeah, the left's not good either, but again, let's not get it twisted. It's obvious which one's worse. You don't really have any get back from what I just said. Those are all facts, and they're hard pills for a lot of you guys to swallow. The right wing also pushes religion really hard too, and religion is one of the things that keeps people stunted and just in a ridiculous place, a place right where they want you. Because without religion, almost none of their crap would ever work. Their wars, none of it wouldn't work without the religion. So look into Opus Dei. It's another wing of the Catholic Church that's always been involved in right-wing politics. And obviously, it's a religious order within the Catholic Church, just like the Jesuits. All right, Truth Seeker, we'll leave it there for now. And until next time.